Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BSing Sports, an affiliate of the BSing Network, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. Thank you, Ryan, for fixing the screens. Uh, let's, uh, so we're here for our NFL predictions for Week 9. Obviously, last night the Eagles played the Texans. They come out victorious. They're 8-0. Good for the Philadelphia Eagles. Good for us as Philadelphia Eagles fans. We were obviously a little distracted watching that game last night with another game that was on that didn't go our way. But yeah, how you guys doing? Ryan, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm not going to lie. I hardly paid attention to the Eagles game. But I caught up on the recap enough to understand what the hell happened. So thank you for chiming in, Logan. Fantastic comment. I think they'll actually lose, but we'll talk about that on our predictions.
Timmy, how you doing today?
I'm a little bit tired working. These early mornings in the World Series isn't really helping any. Yeah, like Ryan said, I wasn't really paying attention to the Eagles game yesterday, but I saw clips and everything. Jalen Hurts didn't really look that good. He made a couple bad passes to me. And he lost the ball a couple times and fumbles.
These early mornings wouldn't suck as bad if the Phillies knew how to fucking win a baseball game, but that's
a different story.
Yeah,
that is a different show. Monday night we'll be having that show at 6:30. So join us. We'll be having our Phillies season recap / World Series recap show Sunday or Monday at 6:30 p.m. Join us for that show where Ryan goes on many rants, dropping the F-bomb I predict.
I mean, do the Phillies deserve anything else?
Not right this second. Football show. You almost got me started on this whole long rant. Football show. I did get to watch a decent portion of the game. I had the two TVs set up, so I did get to watch a decent portion of the Eagles game. Tim, you're 100% right. Jalen Hurts looked like early in the game he was missing some pretty easy stuff. And really, I think the defense just let the Texans stay in this game way too long. I know Nick Sirianni, before this week's game came out, said, the numbers are really skewed for their rushing defense because a lot of times they're so far ahead that they're playing prevent. And teams run and get an abundance of yardage that way, and the defense is okay with doing that because, teams aren't going to beat you running the football like that. And it's understandable. So, the inflated 5.5 yards a carry they're giving up on defense, I guess in that scenario is okay. But last night, Dameon Pierce was just tearing them apart.
Yeah, I have a lot of words to say on that. None of them are choice, I'm pretty relaxed. We did win 8-0, so that's all that really matters. In the NFL, it's hard to win. It's even harder to win on the road. Cool. Eagles are 8-0. They don't control who they play. They can only line up against who's across from them, and they beat them every time. However, I'm not buying that Nick Sirianni comment a whole lot because, as we all remember, in a 3-point game against the Lions in Detroit, DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams ran endlessly and wildly all over the Eagles, and that was not any kind of game where they were in prevent defense at any point. The Eagles' run defense is just bad. And I text Jake about that. I said that our only weakness in the team is that our run defense is bad, but most of the time we're playing pass coverage because teams are trying to throw the ball to catch up, so it gets hidden. The Texans are not a team that can throw the ball. They understand that. So Dameon Pierce being their best offensive weapon, especially with Brandon Cooks and Nico Collins watching this game from their couch, they're going to run the ball a lot. And that's what happened. The Eagles' run defense just isn't good. Let's be honest. It gets 10 times better when Jordan Davis is in there, but he doesn't play enough, and now he's on IR anyway. But the Eagles' run defense is not good. I'm not buying that comment. And as far as Jalen Hurts goes, no, he didn't have his best game. Probably had his worst of the season. Jordan Mailata, though, it was awful. It was awful left tackle.
Yeah, I saw that too. He easy blocks and he missed, hit Jalen, fumbles.
Getting speed rushed every time. I mean, he had no answer for it. I mean, I saw it on back-to-back plays at one point. I'm like, dude, I don't care if you get beat twice, but to get beat twice in a row on the same thing, come on now. Now, Jordan's been good. I'll give him a, rough game, whatever. They won, short week, on the road, yada, yada, yada. But
Tim?
That's it.
Okay. So let's get into it. Let's get our predictions going. Then first game, thank you again, Stacy, for making this wonderful document for us and then showing my stupid ass how to put 0.5 in for half points because I can't believe I couldn't figure that out.
Bill runs this show and doesn't know how to put half a point in Excel. For those,
I was trying to do the fraction half. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to put 0.5. I was trying to put half. But Clearly, I'm an idiot. And also, thank you, Orphan Rivers, for the awesome intro and outro song. Bills 6-1, visiting the Jets at 5-3. The Jets have been surprising this year. The over under is 46 even. The Bills are giving 12.5 points. Ryan.
The Bills. Look, the Jets have been good, but they got exposed last week because of no Breece Hall. I don't really know what else to say until Zach Wilson. Tim. until Zach Wilson can prove that he can win a football game. I'm going to pick against them, unless obviously it's just a significantly lesser opponent. But the Bills are not a significantly lesser opponent. They're an elite opponent that I think is going to run into the best defense they face. I don't think they cover that 12.5 point spread, but I do think that they win. Give me the under on the game, though, but not by a whole lot. I think the Bills probably win by 7 or 10, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Tim?
I am picking the Bills. Is my volume fine now, guys?
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, you were really loud and Ryan was really low. I was trying to mediate them.
I just want to make sure.
Wait. Okay, I turned mine down. So do I sound fine?
You sound fine, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because you didn't specify who to turn down in the chat, so I was like,
he said Tim.
Tim, turn your mic down just a bit.
But I am taking the Bills, and out of what Ryan said, I think they're gonna blow them out. I think they're gonna cover the spread. They've been blowing out every team, but Miami and Green Bay, I guess you could say, but they covered the spread last week, so.
Spread was 10.5.
Yeah, they didn't cover the spread against Green Bay.
My fault. I'm sorry. I was wrong.
Your shit,
they still beat them by 10. I think Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen's connection is still going to get going. I don't think Sauce Gardner.
I'm glad that you touched on that.
I think Sauce Gardner is a good cornerback, but I think this is the real true first test, in my opinion. I think a wide receiver 1 area. So I think he gets can't think of the word.
Smoked?
Shown that he can do everything. So I guess we have to see and wait. I think they're going to win by 14, something like that.
We got to give credit where credit is due. Derek Stingley, when he was on A.J. Brown, absolutely locked him down on Thursday night. I mean, Stingley looked really good on A.J. Brown. The touchdown pass that A.J. Brown caught, he was not being covered by Derek Stingley. And Correct. You could see that A.J. Brown was playing more in the slot because Stingley wouldn't follow him there. So I think that was a good adjustment by Sirianni. And you got to give credit it's due. That young man is a fantastic cornerback. He showed it a little bit. And then when Smith was on the outside and A.J. Brown was in the slot, I mean, Smith was nowhere to be found the whole damn game. So I don't think Sauce Gardner locks down Stephon Diggs, but I think that we should temper our expectations. I like both of these young cats. They're pretty good cornerbacks.
Yeah. So touching on what Ryan talked about there, yes, Stingley played very well against A.J. Brown. Dallas Goedert was the beneficiary of that. Goedert went 9 for 10, 9 receptions. Yeah, nine receptions on 10 targets. Thank you, targets for 100 yards and a touchdown. So that's what's great about the Eagles, though. I know I'm bouncing back and forth here. Is that they have the ability this year where they haven't in years past, where if you shut one guy down, another one can step up. So great for Stingley, unfortunate for Brown and Smith, good for Goddard. But that's part of the reason Jalen Hurts struggled too. But we'll get into that. We've got another show the following Monday, semi-mid-season review for the Eagles. We'll get into the Eagles all about that then. But for me, the Bills and Jets, yeah, it's the Bills. I'm going to agree with Timmy on this one. I think this game is a blowout. I also think they covered the 12.5 point spread. And I also think the Bills almost cover the 46 points by themselves, but garbage time gets them the game together over the 46 points. So give me the Bills. Panthers at 2-6, visiting the Bengals at 4-4. Tim. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get used to this. The over-under is 42.5. The point spread is 7.5 for the Bengals. Minus 7.5 for the Bengals.
I'm taking the Bengals, but I don't think they cover the spread. That offense don't look as explosive without Jamar Chase there. I think they win by 3 or 4. but I think it's going to be a good game. Devontae Foreman should have a game like Nick Chubb did last week against them. Yeah, so give me the Bengals by 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with Timmy on this one. I think it's the Bengals. I do not think that they cover the spread. So give me the Bengals by 3 here. I also think they don't get to the over under at 42.5.
Get your own picks.
As Timmy
You're
already
about
said,
to be real disappointed if he's getting on him for picking the same as you.
yeah, no, I mean without Jamar Chase, that offense looks completely different. I thought last week that Tyler Boyd and T Higgins were gonna step up and look a lot better. Now I think Higgins is out this week too, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's good.
He is.
He's healthy,
okay.
yeah.
Either way, the Panthers have seemed to find some life here with PJ Walker at the helm, and with Robbie Anderson out the door and Matt Rule out the door. So they're going to put up a fight. I think it's a close game. I don't think either team scores more than 24 points. And yeah, give me the Bengals.
So I will disagree with you guys on one aspect. I think this game becomes a shootout. I don't think that either of these defenses are particularly impressing. I mean, the Panthers did just give up 37 points to Atlanta last week, and they're not nearly, even without Jamar Chase, the same offense that the Bengals have. And likewise, the Bengals got ran all over. So I do believe that both teams put up a significant amount of points. However, I agree that on the spread, I think that the Bengals win within a touchdown. I can't see that. I don't think that they just have the ability to open up the game like they do with Jamar Chase on the field.
Correct. Packers at 3-5 visiting the 1-6 Lions. At one point, the Lions offense was looking real explosive. Not so much anymore. At one point, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were looking real good. Not this year. It's kind of a sloppy game. They're giving 3.5 points to the Packers. 49.5.
Packers are road dogs?
Packers are, minus 3.5 favored. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that.
I'm sorry. I said it wrong. You're right. Packers are 3.5 point.
Giving 3.5 to the Lions.
Yes, they are 3.5 point favorites. Yes, he does, Matt. Yes, he does. Give me the Packers here. And
I can tell how uncomfortable you were saying that.
It's not a comfortable give me the Packers here. I do 100% think that they get to the 49.5 over under. So take the over there for me. Packers do not cover the 3.5 point spread, but give me the Packers by 3.
I think the Packers cover the spread here. I also think that they go over. Look, as bad as the score may have indicated last week, I don't think that game was, nearly as off the rails as people think. The Packers still own the number 1 pass defense in the NFL. And conversely, the Lions' rush defense is absolutely horrendous. So they finally started giving A.J. Dillon, double-digit touches again, and Aaron Jones went absolutely bananas against a much better defense in Buffalo. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Packers here pretty comfortably by about 7 points on the road.
Do it.
How many games am I behind?
12 on me. 7 on Ryan.
Fuck. I'm so far behind.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta pick who you think's gonna win, dude. Like, it doesn't matter who we pick, really. We're not even. I think we're halfway through. So as much time as it took us to get that lead, we could easily lose it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm going to go with Packers. I wanted to say the Lions, but I'm going to go Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers and that offense figured it out last week against Stephon Diggs. Not against the Bills, I'm sorry. I think Aaron Jones has another big game. A.J. Dillon's going to have another big game. So give me the Packers by 4. I think they cover the 3.5 spread. Like 17. Nah, it's going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm probably like 27-24 or something like that. 28-24.
Okay. I like it. Colts 3-4. Colts 3. Go ahead. Colts 3-4-1 visiting the Patriots at 4-4. Thank you. The spread, the over/under in this game is the lowest of any game this week. It's 40.5 points. The Patriots are 6.5 point favorites. Ryan.
Micah? Yeah. I mean, all those spreads are accurate. This game won't be high scoring, and the Patriots will win pretty easily, in my opinion. So I'm taking New England by a touchdown, maybe even more, honestly. Sam Ellinger, I don't think that he's an NFL quarterback. I said that last week. I'll probably keep saying that until he proves me otherwise. No Jonathan Taylor, who's probably their only savior. So, yep, give me the Patriots here. I just think that they're a better team, better coached.
No, Stacy.
Actually, you know what? This could be interesting. Stacy, Timmy's wife, says, I think you should let me pick a week. I'm not half bad.
All right, wait. All right. I'll let Stacy pick a week, but you got to let Allie pick a week.
Deal. Let's do it next week.
All right. We got to figure out for Ryan now.
Doc, you got to pick a week, bro.
What you can do is write team names and then put one treat each in front, and whatever team he goes to.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah,
that's a good idea. You know what? We all have dogs. Let's do that.
I'm gonna let Stacy pick.
All right. Listen, next week I will let Allie pick my games.
Okay, I'll let Stacy pick my games.
And here's the deal. Here's the deal I'll make with you, Tim. If Ryan approves it, obviously. If Stacy does better than Allie, I will let you get 2 additional wins.
Ryan's not going to prove that because I'm closer to him than you are.
I don't care. I'm going to smoke you anyway, Tim.
If Allie's better than you, if Allie's better than Stacy, I get 2 additional wins.
I mean, I'm down with it. I'm going to have to buy a Cowboy jersey eventually anyway.
Not a jersey. I'm not making nobody spend money on a jersey, guy. It's just
I'm not sure.
So terrible.
I'm not sure.
I would never make either of you buy a shirt.
I'd have came here with all the analytics. I'd have been cheating on the doc. I'd have been doing all kinds of shit to buy a jersey.
But yeah, Ryan, you said Patriots, correct?
Yeah, easily, very easily.
I am also taking the Patriots. I think they cover the 6-point spread. Like Ryan said, I don't think the Colts have any. That quarterback isn't an NFL quarterback. They need to try to find someone else next year or let Nick Foles play the rest of the year or something. I don't know. But, yeah, I think of Ramon Stevenson taking over that backfield, really explosive runner between the tackles and outside. Great pass catching running back out the backfield. So, yeah, give me the Patriots by probably 10.
Okay. Yeah, Colts they trade away Nyheim Hines. Jonathan Taylor is on the injured report this week. He's not playing. Sam Ellinger is absolute hammered dog shit. I said it. Come get me. For all those reasons, I don't care how good the Patriots are at this point. For all those reasons, I'm taking the Patriots. I do expect them to cover the 6.5-point spread, and I do expect the game to go over 40.5 points.
Someone just said on Facebook they expect Brandon Cooks to be released. Jesus, these people are stupid. Anyway.
He just won't play, but they're not releasing him.
No, he'd be owed $9 million. They're not going to release him. Stupid statement.
Who said it? Do you know who it was? Or was it just like in one of those groups that we're in?
It was in a Facebook group, dude. These people think they have all the answers to everything.
Chargers at 4-3, visiting the Falcons at 4-4. The Falcons right now are number 1 in their division. Over-under is 49.5 points. Chargers are favored 3.5. It is Tim's turn.
Both defenses aren't good. Chargers is missing Keenan Allen, Mike Williams.
Tight end.
No, Everett's playing.
Is he?
Yeah, the backup tight end's missing.
Yeah, Parham.
Yeah. But
I'm going first while you decide. I'm picking the Falcons here. Look, first of all, the Falcons are at home, and they just scored 37 points against the Panthers. Secondly, the Chargers don't have any wide receivers to throw to. It sounds like DeAndre Carter's not even going to play the game, so it's Josh Palmer, Gerald Everett, and Austin Eckler. I don't trust the Chargers' defense worth a lick. All the Falcons do is run the football, and the Chargers can't stop the run to save their lives, so I'm picking the Falcons here, taking the underdog for sure.
I am taking the Chargers, and I think they're going to win by 4. I could think Austin Eckler is more explosive than anyone they have on that defense. And I think he's going to get a lot of targets, a lot of carries. So let's see how it goes. Bill?
Yeah, give me the Falcons on this one for everything Ryan said. I was a little disappointed. I don't know if anybody saw my face when Ryan said it because I was hoping I was going to be the only one taking the Falcons.
I was hoping I was going to go first for this game. I was like, man, I'm 100% picking the Falcons. Like, I think the Chargers have this weird habit of losing to teams that like should be bad, and then this is going to be one of those games.
Yeah, I mean it's literally a carbon copy type game that the Seahawks just gave the Chargers last week. Like, and I believe that again, their top weapons are injured. They've got Gerald Everett. They've got the one wide receiver, starting wide receiver from game one, and Austin Eckler. It's just not going to be enough. Falcons are going to score points. Mariota is going to be effective throwing the ball 12 times in the game. And
the
I said that correctly.
Chargers run defense is one of the worst in the NFL, if not the worst. Like they say boxing matches styles make good fights, and this is stylistically a terrible matchup for the Chargers. I'm taking the Falcons here.
Correct. Yeah, I'm with you. I also think the Falcons cover the spread for those. I don't believe I said that. Raiders at 2-5, visiting the Jaguars at 2-6. Listen, this for some reason the Raiders are favored at 1.5. Over under is 48. This is my game that was like last week's Panthers Falcons game, right? I think both teams are going to put up a lot of points. So give me the over. I believe the Jaguars come out and are victorious. And I believe that the Jaguars win by somewhere in the 7-10 realm. And I'm not exaggerating with that one.
I was all for this up until you said all that. I think the Jags win between 3 and 7 points, and I do think it's a high-scoring game. Both of the Raiders' defense is abysmal in every measure of the word abysmal. Their offense relies on them to keep them in the game. Truthfully, I just think that the Jags' defense is just good enough to maybe stop them once or twice when they need to. Give me the Jags here. Very high-scoring game.
That makes me feel better because I'm going to take the Raiders. I think Devontae Adams, Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs get going again. They had an abysmal week, and they're not going to let that happen again. They're going to outscore the Jags by 7. Trevor Lawrence makes too many mistakes for me to take him right now. So, I mean, Derek Carr, I'm not saying he hasn't, but I think Derek Carr had a little bit more experience and had the better wide receiver core. So, I'm going to take the Raiders.
I think coaching's the difference here. I trust Doug Peterson more than I trust Josh McDaniels.
I like that. That's a good way to go too.
Yeah. I got the Dolphins. Sorry, I got the Dolphins at 5-3, visiting the 3-5 Bears. Dolphins are favored by 5.5 points. I believe that's accurate. 45 is the over/under in this game. Ryan,
give me the over for sure. I think both of these, the Miami run defense is equally as horrendous as the Chargers, and Khalil Herbert, David Montgomery, and Justin Fields have established that they're, some kind of three-headed, monster on the ground, essentially. So I think that they can run the ball, possess the football pretty heavily, but the Dolphins' offense, quick strike, man. They can hit you one play, 80 yards, touchdown. So give me the Dolphins here. I think that they win by a touchdown on the road, but I think that it's a little bit high scoring. I think, again, boxing matches, styles make good fights. This is kind of one of those where the Bears love to run the ball. Miami can't stop it, but, man, they can throw the ball.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami too. I think Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle gets overpowering on the corners. But like Ryan said, I think they're gonna be over the spread, and I think Miami's gonna cover the spread too. Also, Jacksonville only had the running offense, basically. Not Jacksonville. I'm sorry, Chicago only has a running offense, and Justin Fields is good. Montgomery and Khalil Herbert had a good attack, but I could think the Miami figures it out with then addition to Chubb. So yeah, give me Miami by probably 7.
Yeah, for me it's Miami. Ryan talked about this on Tuesday. The Bears seem like they finally figured something out in the running attack with Herbert and Montgomery and Fields, and that's great. But the Dolphins' offense is just too good. It's Dolphins for me. They cover the 5.5 point spread. I think the Dolphins probably put up 31 points by themselves in this game. So give me the over at 45. Dolphins. Vikings at 6-1, visiting the Commanders at 4-4. 43.5 is the over/under. 4.5 point favorites are the Vikings. Tim.
Give me the Vikings. I think Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, even maybe TJ Hawk, even though he might sit him for the week, might have a good game. I could think that offense is too explosive, more explosive than Washington is. So give me the Vikings covering the spread and covering both teams are covering the over-under.
Yeah. Listen, the Vikings only have one loss for a reason, right? They must be a good team. They've only lost to the undefeated Philadelphia Eagles, so again, they must be a good team. They're number 2 in the conference, so they must be a good team. It's going to be closer than I think people think. The Commanders, commies, have played better than I think a lot of people predicted after Carson Wentz got hurt. I don't think the Vikings cover the spread. I don't think they get to the over-under at 43.5, but I do believe the Vikings win.
Yeah, that over-under for me is pretty accurate. It's hard to pick whether I think they're going to go over-under. I am going to, however, take the over. I'm taking the Vikings by 3. Look, the Vikings are the better team here. However, they've played some strangely close games. I don't think that their defense is super fantastic. But I do think Kirk Cousins, is willing to show, Washington what they're missing right now. And I think Washington's just kind of hung in there for some games. So I think that this is, all sums up to be a close Vikings victory. The Washington's pass defense is awful, though. So I think that the Vikings just absolutely torch them through the air.
Yeah. Seahawks have a surprising 5-3 Seahawks visiting the Cardinals at not so surprising 3-5. Over under is 49 points. The Cardinals are favored by 2.5 points. Give me the Seahawks. I know they're the away team, and I usually take the home team when I'm unsure. But the Cardinals have shown me absolutely nothing, whereas the Seahawks have shown me something. Kenneth Walker is off to a fantastic start as a rookie. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Geno Smith are all very, very much on the same page. The offensive line is holding up long enough for Geno to make good decisions, which he's been good at. And then he's using his legs to create space. And on the opposite side, again, the Cardinals just have not shown me much. They're a disappointing 3-5. But they are 3-5. So yes, give me the Seahawks. Doesn't matter about them covering the spread, and I also think the game goes over the 49 points over under.
Excellent point, Jake Krogan in the comments. Not surprised right before the season started. I absolutely did say that the Seahawks were not as terrible of a team as everybody thought they would be. Quite frankly, outside of preseason time, let's look back a little bit. Outside of quarterback, their roster's not bad. Like they have receivers, they have a decent running attack. Their defense was a little suspect, but they have. Geno Smith has stepped up to fill in the role that shows that they have the offense to cover their defensive flaws. However, I'm taking the home team here. I think that these divisional games get kind of weird, and the reemergence of DeAndre Hopkins has just absolutely helped this Cardinals offense tenfold. I don't really care which running back is in the back. I don't know if James Conner's coming back. Quite frankly, Eno Benjamin's the better of the two anyway. But give me the Cardinals here in an absolute shootout. I think that they 100% go over that 49.5 point spread here. So give me the Cardinals I'll say by 3. I see a game-winning field goal in their future.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Ryan. I'm going to take the home team here. And I've been on the Seahawks for the last couple of weeks. I took them over the Giants and everything, but I think the Cardinals and D-Hop is going to be huge. They won at home 2 weeks ago against a Saints team who got blew out, the Raiders, when the Cardinals beat them too. So it's about even. I just think the Cardinals offense is a little bit better with D-Hop. It's a tiny bit. Not a lot, a tiny bit. Bing, stop moving. You have damn paws. But yeah, give me the Cardinals by 3, and I think they're gonna over under.
All right, all right, all right. Rams at 3-4, Buccaneers at 3-5. 42.5 points is the over/under. 2.5 point favorite are the Buccaneers, clearly because they're the home team. These are two extremely disappointing teams. Extremely disappointing teams. Ryan looks so ready to go. Fire away, buddy.
I have absolutely no idea who I'm going to pick. I've sat on this game for like 3 days now. I just don't know, man. Oh, man. I want to say the Rams because they started out so good against the 49ers and just didn't make the appropriate adjustments to sustain, the offensive success that they had early on in the game. God damn it. Give me the Buccaneers, though. It's Tom Brady, man. Like, if I'm ever in a toss-up like this, as bad as they've looked, man, I'm not going to sit here and say that they're going to lose. It's just so hard for me to do that, especially at home. So give me the Bucs here. I actually think that this is going to be a higher scoring game. I think that both offenses kind of show out here. Give me like a 28-24 Bucs win. And I know that's not like terribly high scoring, but compared to how they've been doing, that's pretty good for them.
Man, like Brian said, I was sitting on this game for a couple of days now. I thought about it, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, like Brian said. I think they're going to go over.
Your own opinion, dude.
I am taking the Rams.
There we go.
It's gonna end. Make it.
I want to hear Timmy's opinion before I give mine, so I'm going to wait it out.
No, you're going to – come on now. We got to fill the show with something.
You guys I also thought about this game a lot today, which is funny because I don't usually think about games that don't involve one of my favorite teams, but I really did sit down and think about this one.
The only reason why they're the favorite team is because you live in Florida.
Your wife
talking
makes
about the
watch
Eagles.
them.
The Eagles are my favorite team.
Your second
He's a
favorite
Bucks
team,
fan. He has a Bucks glass that he drinks his adult beverages from on this show. We've all seen it.
Uh-huh.
My wife brings that to me. It's not fair. It's hers. I also have Eagles glasses that I drink on this show.
Bucks country, let's ride, or whatever the hell they say.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I fucking hate you guys. Can I call a tie?
No.
I mean, you can. You'll probably. You know what? If you call a tie, I'll give you 3 wins for calling a tie. That would be incredible.
Look, these are two teams that have underperformed severely. The Rams just have completely lost their gusto from last year's Super Bowl run. The Buccaneers, man, that divorce really affected Tom Brady. I think it being finalized might help his mental state. So give me the Buccaneers here for no other reason than they're their home team. If this is in LA, I might pick the Rams. But give me the Bucs. Sure, they cover the spread. They win by 3, and yeah, I think they do go over the over.
Let's talk about something really interesting. So one of my good sources for football information came out and tweeted that a report has resurfaced that Tom Brady would be interested in playing for the 49ers should the opportunity become available. Let's talk about that for a second.
I think they're just trying to stir the pot. I think Tom Brady's done this year. Especially playing the way he has this year, I think he's done.
I don't think he's done. I think now he's going to be so hyper-focused on football that if the 49ers call him, Shanahan calls him and says, hey, I got a spot for you for a year, I think he goes.
I'm on the same boat with Bill. Like if I don't think he's done anyway, but if the opportunity arises, I could see him going to San Fran. He's got nothing holding him back now. He's got no marriage. He's got nothing else except football. So he's always wanted to say he's wanted to play till he was 50. And truthfully, like the Buccaneers have looked bad and Brady has looked better in his career. Let's not forget this dude's only turned the football over twice all season. So it's not like he looks awful. Like he's not out here looking like Matt Stafford, who's thrown 10 interceptions and whatever. But I don't know. I could see him sticking around and playing another couple years.
Yeah, like I said, I think he's gonna be hyper focused. He doesn't retire. It costs him his marriage. What else is he going to focus on at this point?
Yeah, why are you going to
Football.
retire now? The whole reason you were supposed to retire just left you.
How do you know
Exactly.
that was the reason why they got the divorce? Because he went back to play football. Was there a report about that?
They were super happy.
Quite a-
Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
Quite a few reports that Giselle basically gave him an ultimatum. It's either me or football.
Okay. Well, he's dumb.
Right. Titans 5-2, visiting the Chiefs at 5-2. These are 2 5-2 teams, 2 first in their division teams. Yet the Chiefs are favored by 12.5 points, and the over/under is only 46.
People are sleeping on the Titans, man.
Tim.
I'm taking the Chiefs. I think that offense is better with Tannehill playing for the Titans, so definitely give me the Chiefs. I think it might go over still, but I don't think the Chiefs cover the spread. I think they're going to win by 7. Derrick Henry's still going to have a good game, I think. Is Ryan Tannehill playing this week?
Yes.
Still give me the Chiefs. I think the way the Chiefs and Bills went back, they played the other day. I think it was 3 weeks ago, the way they played against each other and the way Titans and the Bills played earlier in the season, the Chiefs looked better than the Titans. So give me the Chiefs by 7, I think.
Okay, Chiefs, but not covering the spread. Okay. Yeah. I definitely don't think the Chiefs cover the spread. I absolutely think these two teams go over 46 points. But I also believe the Chiefs at home definitely come out victorious. But I think it's a lot closer game than Vegas is calling for sure. They're talking 13 points the Chiefs are going to win by. I'm talking 3 to 7 points the Chiefs are going to win by. So give me the Chiefs.
People are sleeping on the Titans, man. There ain't no way in hell they lose by 12.5 points, I don't think. Again, stylistically, bad matchup for the Chiefs. I do think that they come out victorious. However, their Chiefs at run defense, it's not very good. Henry is very good. I think the spread is this wide because Ryan Tannehill's status is still technically to be determined, although he did practice in limited fashion today. So he may very well play. However, 3 hot dads. Wait, do you know something I don't, Kyle? Because you're not being one of those. No, so I think stylistically this is going to be a bad matchup for Kansas City in terms of covering the spread. However, I do think that they win this game. I think it goes over, though. I don't think that either team, really gets held down so much. Neither defense has really impressed me this year.
Agreed. Ravens at 5-3, Saints at 3-5. Excuse me. Sorry. Over under is 47.5, 3.5 point favorites for the Ravens. This one's on me. Listen, the Ravens have played better, but give me the Saints. They're home. They're in the Dome. The Ravens seem to struggle in the fourth quarter. The Saints seem to excel in the fourth quarter. It'll be a close game. I do think it goes over 47.5 points. Give me the Saints.
I do agree with the over. Give me the Ravens. I think that the newfound inside linebacker combination of Patrick Queen and Roquan Smith will limit Alvin Kamara, will not, completely hold him out. However, Michael Thomas, who, as I tweeted out earlier this week, is not playing, and quite frankly, I don't think he plays again. My prediction is he retires in the offseason. But without Michael Thomas, it sounds like Jarvis Landry's out again. It's just Andy Dalton, Chris Olave, and Alvin Kamara to make things happen. And I think that the Ravens offense, even without Mark Andrews and without Rashad Bateman, going to be a little bit more explosive than the Saints can handle.
I am also taking the Ravens, but I think Mark Andrews played. He didn't practice last week, and he still played. So I think he still plays this week.
It was a totally separate injury, though.
Shoulder injury. He'd be all right. He had, let me see. He's going to have about 11 days rest. I think he'd be all right to play. But yeah, give me the Ravens. I think the Ravens have a better defense than the Saints have. The corners are getting better every play. Like Ryan said, the new newly formed linebackers are pretty good. It's going to be a shootout, but I think the Ravens beat them by 3 and over the point spread.
That's where I'm at. I think Lamar's
Yeah,
going
you guys
to
got anything else you want to talk about?
Not the World Series, that's for sure.
No. We had a whole show set aside for that. We got a whole show set aside for the Eagles. So if you just wanted to touch on some other stuff real quick, we can. Hockey's in full form right now. Basketball is in full. Okay.
I got a question. Who's the NFL MVP right now?
Jalen Hurts.
Josh Allen.
It's one of them.
No Patty Love? I guess not, because the Bills, the way that they vote, the Bills won that game. So,
listen, I will say this: the Saints make it into, or the Seahawks make it into the playoffs. You really better start looking at Geno Smith.
Geno Smith will be the comeback player of the year quite easily, in my opinion, but I don't think that he's got enough muster to win MVP.
But yeah,
Pete Carroll and Brian Daboll are kind of going back and forth for coach of the year, though.
Who do you think will be MVP?
I think Hurts right now, just because the Eagles are undefeated. The Eagles have the 10th remaining hardest schedule in the NFL, though. So a little bit more of a test coming down the road.
All this Pee-wee chats in our fantasy saying we got the easiest.
Yeah, no, they're just trolling. They don't actually know. But yeah, no, the Eagles have the 10th hardest remaining schedule in the NFL. I think the opponent's winning percentage is .556.
Okay, now at the beginning of the year, it was one of the easiest, but now it's one of the hardest.
See, I didn't look it up. I don't know, though. I mean, you got to think about it. They played the number 2 and 3 teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking. They've got the Cowboys again. They've got the Giants twice still.
I don't think it was great, but it might have been like just below 500. Like, I don't think. I also don't know how they calculate that too. Like, do they calculate it what the team's record was at the time that the Eagles played them, or just like what it is? I
think it's what it is now. So we've got the Titans still winning record. We've got the Cowboys. We've got the Giants twice, and then we've got we got to play the Commanders one more time, and then I believe we got
the Packers.
We do have the Packers. There's one more game in there we're missing.
This next 5-week stretch is tough. I think they play the Giants twice in that stretch. They play the Commanders once. They play the Packers. They play the Titans.
Bears.
Yeah, the Bears. But yeah, no, I think that they're just trolling. They don't actually. I mean, they didn't actually know. So
yeah,
that's why I just
our fantasy leagues are all trolls.
Yeah, that's why I just laughed at all their comments. I was like, these guys have absolutely no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys don't have anything else, we can cut it loose.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty good. Yep, I'm good.
Good.
Sounds good. Hey, listen, for you fans, if you have not checked it out yet, Ryan and Tim do a great fantasy football show on Tuesdays. Make sure you get
Wednesdays.
What?
Wednesday.
On Wednesdays.
I'm sorry. We do a recap show on Tuesday. Timmy and Ryan do a fantasy show on Wednesday. This upcoming Monday, we're doing a Phillies season recap / World Series recap. And then obviously we do our prediction show on Friday. So make sure you're tuning in, you're listening to us, you're checking us out, you're subscribing, you're following everything that we have.
And subscribe on YouTube because we're so close.
Yes, please subscribe on YouTube if you have not yet. The illustration in the top right corner of our broadcast, the one with all the little cartoon versions of us, we can thank Ryan's sister, Gabby, for that. Thank you very much, Gabby. It looks great. And yeah, so that's going to do it here for us on BSing Sports, part of the BSing Network, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. Have a good night.